Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our first live broadcast for today. I want to welcome all of my friends that are watching this on Facebook, watching this on LinkedIn or on my YouTube channel. And of course, I want to welcome all of my students that are participating in this live Zoom. I hope you all had a marvelous 4th of July. And so for those of you that are students, if you got any questions, please type them in the chat. We're here to help you. I want to remind you that in 2 hours, we have our coaching mastermind session. So I hope you finished up the month of October where you wanted to be. So first, let me just take a look and see who's here. And Ian, I'm glad you're here. Let me unmute you for a minute.
Hello there, Max.
Yeah, hi, Ian. I got a message from Casey that, we've set up a time to meet.
Yes, Tuesday morning.
Okay, good. So this is how it's going to work. Because you're in Australia
Yep.
and we're going to do it a little different. I'm going to send you a Zoom link on LinkedIn. You're going to jump into two accounts. First, you're going to jump into a Zoom link that I'm going to send you, and that's going to enable
Right.
us to
I
talk to.
do have a number here that I was sent by your committee.
Okay, good. Now, the other thing is, I'm going to send something to your email with a special link because I'm going to set up a session and you're going to click on that link and it's going to enable me to actually jump into your account.
Oh,
So
fantastic. That's great.
we have to do the two of them because we,
Yep.
we can't talk to each other. This way,
Right.
we'll talk to each other over the Zoom. Then what I'm going to do is, you're going to log into the other one and I'm going to be in your account.
Yeah, I understand.
And then while you watch me, we'll go through, we'll make whatever adjustments we need. We did this once before,
Yes.
and we're really going to accomplish a lot. So I will, I'm looking forward to this. I'm glad
So am I.
listen, you know, first, let me just say this, that nothing that you've done, everything that you've done up to now has not been wasted. Okay, you're still connected to these people. You're still going to be able to make um, take advantage of all the things that you've done. But now, when I'm in your account, we'll be able to speed up the whole process. So, and
That's what I've been wanting for a long
I
time.
know, I know,
But anyway, we're getting there.
yeah.
I'm a lot better, I tell you. I'm coping with a lot more stuff now.
Boy, I got to tell you, I have to tell you, I'm so happy to hear that. You don't know how important your health is until
Yeah.
it it goes south on you. I just heard on yesterday, from about a very good friend. Now, for those of you that are students, you're going to be familiar with the name. Uh, Burke Hedges was a leader in Amway. Uh, He wrote the book Who Stole the American Dream, and literally helped me create one of my first digital courses, Shaking Hands on the Internet. And I just learned on Friday that his health has really gone to
I'm
hell
sorry to hear
in
that.
a handbag. No, and he needs a heart transplant. So I understand he set up a GoFundMe thing for that, and I'm probably going to be, aside from contributing to it myself, I'm going to send it out. I noticed what a great guy, and well, it's a real shame. Anyway, I'm glad your situation was nowhere near that bad, and uh, Bruce, the six person team. I don't think it starts this week. I think it starts next week. And okay, let me get that. And I'll put this in the chat. Let me see who's here. So Matt, if you have any questions or anything I can do to move you along a little quicker, I'm going to unmute you in a little bit, and we can talk. Same thing with Patrick. Okay. Now, I have to tell you that this is my favorite time of the year. For everybody that's in network marketing, from now until New Year's Eve, it's going to be one big party. Oops. What's going on? And Sunday night, I'm going to be introducing a script and a strategy that has been described as ingenious, brilliant. It's going to be the favorite thing that you're going to do. We're going to introduce it on Sunday night. So make sure you're there. And make sure, if you have team members, make sure that they're there too, because what we're going to share with you is going to generate immediate activity, and you're going to have a lot of fun. Now, you can recruit like crazy in the months of November and December. The key is going to be talking to the right people. All right, so let me pop out of here. I'm going to pop over here to LinkedIn and let me unmute Matt for a second.
Hey there, Max.
Good morning.
Morning.
Anything you want me to look at this morning?
Well, we only had our one coaching session so far, and I follow what you said. I think I reached out to, let's see, yesterday. I think I sent out 60 connection requests total. Well, over the past couple of days, I did a total of 60, and had a couple people respond, had a couple conversations going, and I went through the icebreaker question and whatnot. And at that point in time, I was like, I'm not sure what's the next step with these people. So I don't know if you can look at the messaging conversations or.
Now that's exactly what we're going to do.
Okay.
So this, in fact, the timing for this is perfect because I just finished up a session with Patrick.
Okay.
And he is one session behind you. And then, of course, we have Bruce here, who is 10 sessions in front of you. All right. So what we're going to do to make this clear, and for the rest of you, this is going to be an educational experience for all of you. So first, what I'm going to do, I'm going to log out of Patrick's account. I'm going to come over to Bruce. So once we create our profile, we put ourselves out there, then the next step is to reach out to people, make connections, and then start conversations. So Bruce is talking to Diane. So we're going to go see every day what you're going to do. You're going to log on to LinkedIn. You're going to go over and see who is new. So Bruce has a couple of people that want to send him a connection request. Now we're going to go over to messages. And he's talking to Diane. So let's see who he's talking to. By the way, I love what I'm looking at right here. You want to know more? Yes, please tell me all about it. Okay, so let's look at who you're talking to. So she's a nurse. And she's an epic principal trainer. Well, show me a nurse. Show me anybody that's been a nurse for more than 8 or 9 years. They all know about network marketing. So for keywords, nurse, trainer, you couldn't ask for anything better. 30 years. So we know she's been involved in network marketing. We come down here. So she's worked for this company for, let me unmute Bruce. So she's worked for this company for 38 years. And she's also a network marketer for Young Living, the health and wellness company, essential oils. Rodan and Fields, been with them for almost 10 years. And they just changed their comp plan. Now, she lists herself as a consultant, which is the low end position. Health coach. I mean, think about it. Where else in the world can you learn so much about a person before you ever start a conversation? Registered nurse. And so Norwex sounds like a network marketing company. You're not sure? What is Norwex? Now, we want to know for sure, we could just go Norwex MLM. And, you're going to come across, when you do that, you're going to come across websites that trash companies. Okay, but so now we know network marketing. So this cleaning products jumped into this in 2020. Jumped into Rodan and Fields in 2015. Young Living essential oils. Now, one thing you have to know that no people don't make big money in multiple companies. So you reached out to her at the beginning of August. Now, I'm actually utilizing it more while looking for other employment opportunities. So you wouldn't know that by looking at her profile. Okay. What's the first question that comes to mind? Why? I mean, you've worked for this company for years. See what she says. Now, you answered that question, but she didn't answer it. Now, is what happens. Folks, this is a very basic, simple process. And if you follow the process, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. Every time you get a message, let's come back up here. Look at the last message. I've been on LinkedIn for several years. I'm actually utilizing it more while looking for other employment opportunities. Take the answers that a person gives you, break it apart by the thought or the concept, and use that information to ask a question. Remember, we want to ask open-ended questions. Open-ended questions start with the words who, what, when, where, how, and why. So I've been on LinkedIn for several years. How many years? How many years have you been on LinkedIn? How many is several? What made you jump on LinkedIn in the first place? All right, that would be one question. I'm actually using on that more while looking for other employment opportunities. What kind of opportunities are you looking for? Why are you looking for an opportunity? Now, you look at the profile and you see all the things that she's doing. Network marketing, been with this company for over 30 years. Why are you looking for an opportunity, for another opportunity? Why are you looking for another employment opportunity? Is the preferred question. All right, so we send her the motivating message. Now, look at the question you're asking. Did that have any effect on your business? It's not an open-ended question. You could ask, can be answered with a yes or a no. When you see somebody's worked for a number of network marketing, well, why are you working with so many network marketing companies? So she didn't answer that. You come back. Okay, so you're asking a question that she could ask. What is your specialty? Now, what are we doing here? We're talking about a subject that's off. I mean, it's nice to have a conversation with somebody, but we have to go back to what she originally said. Why are you looking for employment? Okay. A better question. Why do you want to leave? Okay. Well, Bruce, you're in a network marketing company. She's been in 3 or 4. So that's where you want the conversation to go. All right. If you hop on the mastermind session, we'll dive into this a little bit more. But folks, I'm giving you a roadmap that when you follow it, you can't get lost. You can't go wrong. So I'm going to log out of your account. Matt, what's the email address that we get into your account with?
Let me look it up here, Max, real quickly. I think it is, yeah, it's drmatt.linkedin@fastmail.com. Yep, MATT. That's one.
There it is. Okay. Okay, so now let's your network right now. We got 726 people.
Yeah.
And if we go over here, these are your newest contacts.
Yeah, she was from yesterday.
Okay, so now what you want to do here this is the second message.
Yes, sir.
So we can just come back up here, take the second message. Your first message. Second message. First message. Second message. I'm just going to do one more. You can go back and you can do the rest.
Yep. That sounds
Now,
great.
now, first message, second message. Now, everything is going to be over here in the message area. So if we scroll down, you could see this is the second message.
Yeah, that Stephen Wilson was the one I had, I think, the longest conversation with yesterday.
Okay, all right, we'll take a look. So let's go over and look at Steve. You reached out to him, he accepted you. He wrote back, I worked with a chiropractor in the past. Let's see who you're talking to. So you're reaching out to physical therapists, massage therapists, people that normally work with chiropractors. And these people in this profession hold chiropractors in high esteem. So you have credibility. So she says here, he said, looking for a growth opportunity. So according to this, look here, look at all the things that he's done. Student, he was a front desk attendant at a fitness center, physical therapy, physical therapist. So he's been a physical therapist since 2020. According to this, he's working. Remember, people put on their profile what they want to talk about, and in many cases, they don't want to let you know that they're not working. So that's why the first thing you want to know about anybody is what do they do? Okay, what do they do? So he's looking for growth opportunities. All right. So why? Are there growth opportunities with this company? Remember, we ask open-ended questions: who, what, when, where, how, and what. You're going to say the same things over and over again. Now, you ask somebody how long they've been on LinkedIn. So he's in. What about you? Uh, okay, now see, we only had our first session. And in our next one, what we want to do is we want to ask questions. When people want to know about us, we want to answer them in ways that makes people curious.
Okay.
Okay. So how
Mhm.
about, well, I've been on here on and off for several years. Now, see what we have to talk about next. How long have you been a chiropractor?
Graduated in 2013.
Okay. So how about you? I've been I've been off and on LinkedIn for several years. I've been a chiropractor for 11 years and have recently started an internet business that's going to enable me to retire next year.
Okay, so you want to transition to starting to plant the seeds about your business relatively early.
Well, as early as it's possible. When somebody
Okay.
asks you, "What do you do?" That's an open door.
Okay, great. Okay.
Okay. So, yeah, and then, but that's all we say. You know, I've got this internet business, which is one of the reasons that I'm on LinkedIn. And then you come back, how long have you been a physical therapist? Okay, so now here, how long have you been a chiropractor? And this would have been another opportunity for you to say, I've been a chiropractor since 2013, but I recently started an internet business.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so what was your first career?
Yeah, and this is where I kind of, with what we covered in our first training session, I was like, okay, I was trying to just keep the conversation going, so I didn't know kind of what the next step was. But
Okay,
now
well,
you're answering that question.
yeah. So, but here's the thing. If you don't know what to say, if you don't feel comfortable, you don't feel warm and fuzzy, then don't answer.
Okay.
Because we're going to have a session at least once a week.
Right.
This will be somebody we'll go back to.
Okay. So if we get to a point where I'm not either knowing what to say or it's okay to just put the conversation on pause and we'll revisit it once we've covered that.
Exactly.
Okay, that's great advice. Thank you for clarifying that for me because I just wasn't sure, what to do in this situation.
Because remember, you've got a goal.
Yeah.
You got a goal. There's a certain number of sales that we want to make before the end of the month. Certain amount of sales we want to make before the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
So we move the conversations forward the best we can, where we're comfortable. Because the next time I jump into your account, we're going to go right back in here. We're going to pick all of these up again, and you'll know. And when we start conversations or we pick up these conversations, you're going to see the pattern.
So would it be your suggestion between now and when we coach next to basically get through the first and second question per se, and then pause unless I see someone that gives me that opening where I can say, I've been a chiropractor for the past 11 years, but I recently started an internet business that's going to allow me to retire in the next 2 or whatever, and then kind of put that out there.
Yes, but then we always want to come back. See, that makes them curious about what you're doing.
Okay.
But then what we want to do is we want to find out more about him.
Okay.
For example, why is he looking for something else?
Okay. So you would say something about the internet business, how it's going to allow me to retire, and then say, why are you looking for growth opportunities?
Well, yeah, well, right.
Okay.
Why? Right, because isn't what you're doing a growth opportunity? Why are you looking for something else? Now, where the transition would go would be most of the physical therapists that I work with
Okay.
are all working with a network marketing company to generate an additional income stream. And again, some of them start part-time, and then as their income grows, they go to full-time. And some of them are doing so well that they can basically stop being a physical therapist. So it
Okay.
says, no worries, I was locked in on PT around high school. It's not what I thought, but it's been a good career overall. I'd love to get into teaching, which is more of his passion. So he likes to teach.
Mm-hmm.
Well, teaching is a crucial part of being successful in network marketing.
Yeah, I'm loving this conversation already. I didn't see that message yet because I hadn't had a chance to log in this morning. So I'm seeing this for the first time right now with you.
So patient care is already wearing on me. Okay. So now here, if we wanted to write back to him,
I'd love to see what you'd say back to him, Max.
okay. All right. Now, first, one of the most important parts about this, which really goes a long way towards building relationships between your conversations, is posting. Okay.
On our profile, correct?
No, not necessarily. No, posting on your profile, but also posting directly in private messages
Oh,
between.
okay.
So see, this was the second session. This is what we were going to cover in the second session.
Okay. I'll be patient.
No, that's okay. So here, what we're going to do, and you're going to take, I'm going to come over here, and we're going to send him a moving image. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Everybody's got the people that you're talking. So you can just take this, right click, save it on your computer,
Mm-hmm.
and then you could just hit the paperclip and send it to other people.
Great.
Okay, next, the next part of this, let me bring this over.
So the sayings and the moving pictures and the GIFs that we can put in here intermittently is to make sure that we stay relatively fresh in between things.
Yeah. What it does is it's a way of communicating with people, and at the same time, let me bring this up over here. Okay. So now what we're going to do, we send the image, and then we're going to add the same phrase. I just sent this to a good friend, thought that you'd appreciate it too. Routinely send motivational messages like these to my friends on LinkedIn, and I hope you enjoy them. Then We always want to send questions. So let's come back up here. His passion is teaching. Now, we can say, let's send this. You really want to send it all together.
Right.
Now we could say, many of the physical therapists that I work with on LinkedIn that enjoy teaching and want to transition into another field, are having great success. Now, we could just say, what do you know about the network marketing business model? We know he's got a need. He wants to make a change. And what he wants to change to would be involve teaching. So it's natural. It's not like we're pushing
Right.
something on him.
Yeah, I love that. That's awesome.
Okay, so what I'm going to do here, so when someone asks you, what do you do? And you could answer this anytime. You could build it into how long have you been on LinkedIn? How's it working for you? So your answer is going to be, for the last 11 years. Now, when did you start the network marketing business?
Well, I've technically I've been with Melaleuca since 1995.
Okay. So we don't want to say recently, because at 1995, you've been with the company for a long time, which gives you additional credibility. So
Okay.
what we say instead is, I've been a chiropractor for the last 11 years and also have a fast growing internet business that's end of next year. Then you come back and ask them why another job.
Okay.
So it's all part of a story. Okay.
Yeah, no, I love this.
You've been with this company since for a long time. And recently, and you love the products. But you know, when you first got in the business, they were not, well, in 1995, the internet, you couldn't build the business on the internet.
Right.
And so the way you built the business back then, you wanted no part of. You didn't want to be selling to your friends. You didn't want to be doing all that stuff. Or maybe you tried it and it didn't work out for you.
Right.
But so the bottom line is, I mean, when you think about it, it's only been in the last 8 years that the internet has expanded bandwidth. Now you could send videos now. So the internet made it easy, but by the same token, and this is going to help, this is going to be of interest if you're talking to somebody that used to be in Melaleuca 10 years ago. They were not social media friendly back then.
Right.
So now, I love the products. Now that my company is embracing the internet and providing us with terrific tools, okay, I'd have to be an idiot not to take advantage of the timing to now build the business. And when you take that approach, if you're talking to somebody that, hey, they could have been in Melaleuca 9 years ago or 8 years ago, and they could have been working with your company 4 years ago. But if
Right.
we're working with people that weren't up to building the business on the internet, and you got big earners today that are still pushing the old school stuff. You can, believe it or not, you can literally bring people that used to be in the business back in the business when you show them a new way to do it.
No, that's great. That's awesome.
So just keep doing it. I'm going to come back at 1 o'clock and we're going to jump into
And was the link in the chat that you sent, Max, is that for the mastermind session at 1?
that's the one, that's the mastermind session at 1 o'clock.
Okay. Okay. I just want to make sure I click on that and
Yep.
get registered.
Yep. So and I'll come back and we'll do.
That's great. Yeah, I just got registered for the mastermind session, Max.
Okay.
Thank you very much for this. I mean, this is a huge help. I really appreciate it.
Well, you know, we're all of you are traveling down the same road. And the idea, all of you, is on a daily basis, we want to be talking to people that clearly have what we need, want what we need. And that's the big deal. I mean, that's the whole thing. All right. So we'll be back later. And
Well, I know I'm looking forward to the mastermind session, Max.
all right. Let me. And Patrick, you'll be the first one we work with when we get over to the mastermind.